Hey Algebra 1 students, we're going to do a few problems from section 1.5. This section is on equations. Equations you've done before, you've been doing equations since pre-algebra, so I'm not too concerned about it. Hopefully you will not have too much trouble. I'm going to do an example for you, and then I'm going to do 3 examples actually, that 3 different results that you can get when you're doing these problems. So I'm going to explain to each of them to you, and that should give you enough to get you going on your practice problems for your homework. First step here, we're going to solve for n. Follow the order of operations. It's really, really big on in this section. We got to do the exponent first. So that is 9 plus 7 divided by n equals 8. Now we got to do parentheses. Okay, what's in parentheses, which is what I was starting to do anyway, we've got 9 plus 7 is 16 divided by n equals 8. Okay, now don't get crazy. This is where you're going to be very, very careful here. We've got to follow the order of our operations. So we have to divide before we can do anything else, but unfortunately we don't know what n is, so we can't do that yet. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. I can do that. Okay, 16 divided by n equals 4. Okay, now I suggest you rewrite this way. It makes it much, much easier. 16 divided by 9 equals 4 over 1. Okay, if you remember this, you can do cross multiply and get your answer, or you can multiply both sides by n. That will work as well. So I'm going to cross multiply and do 4n equals 16. So now hopefully you can see that n has to equal 4 when you divide both sides by 4. So that is your solution. To check to see if your solution is correct, you can plug it back in for n and make sure that you get 8. If you plug in for here and you do all these calculations, you should get 8. Okay, here's another situation that could happen to you. So I don't want you to freak out if this happens, because this can happen in math. All right, we're going to solve this equation. 4n. I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first, which happens to be 14. 12 plus 2 equals n. I'm going to do what's in the parentheses, which happens to be 4 minus 9. All right. So I'm going to rewrite this, because this is how you normally will see something like n times 4. You're going to see it like 4n, yes. All right, so now I want to, I need to get my n's on one side and my numbers on the other. So I'm going to subtract 4n from both sides. Uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? It's crazy. What's happening? My n's are gone. My n's are gone on both sides of the equation. So basically, if you think about this, if you just go back to this equation and look at it, let's just use our common sense. If we multiply a number by 4 and then take away 14, can we ever have the same number if we multiply that number by 4 and take away 9? This cannot happen. If I've got 4 times 2, let's say, and I subtract 14, and I have 4 times 2 here, and I subtract 9, they're never going to be equal, never in a million years. It doesn't make any sense. So this is no solution. So if you have a situation where your variable disappears during the process of solving it, that means you have no solution. All right? So I bet you can take a wild guess what's going to happen here. Well, maybe you can't. We'll see what happens. Here's my third example. This is something else that can happen. All right. Parentheses first. Let's do this thing. You got to divide first, right? You got to divide. So it's 5 plus 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Plus 3k equals, and you can distribute this, right? 3k plus 3 times 32, which happens to be 96. All right. Now we're at 7 plus 3k equals 3k plus 96 minus 89 is 7. Okay, do you notice anything weird about this one? 3k plus 7, 3k plus 7. It doesn't matter what I put in for here. These are always going to be, they're equal. Did you not see that? 3k plus 7 and 3k plus 7. They are equal. They are always going to be equal no matter what k is. You could stick any number you want in there for k and they're going to be equal. So this is a situation where you have many solutions. Really any real number is a solution to this equation. Okay, anything will work. So those are the three different things that can happen while you're doing your homework. You can either have no solution, you can have any real number can be a solution. There are many solutions to your example or your problem, or you'll have one. So have fun, good luck, work really hard, and when we come back together, we ask me questions and we will make sure you guys have this under control 100%.